Hey guys, welcome back to GRAZYTV. Have you seen this man? If you live somewhere around the Philippines or somewhere in Asia and you've seen this man, Korean police and the International Interpol needs your help. Today's case is one of the most fascinating cases I think that I've ever covered or will cover. I cannot seem to grasp the victims or the missing people here today are part of this whole scheme, if they are actually victims or if they're in on this kind of like suspects. And how everybody will be talking about today is related to each other will shock you. It shocked me, and I just don't know how to take this case because there's so many lies and so many crazy things that are involved that I need your help to try and kind of understand what's going on today. Although we're talking about an unsolved creepy case, I am wearing my pink dolly shirt. Now this top comes with this little choker here, so I thought that was super cute, and I'm matching my purple rhinestone earring because I'm wearing purple today. If you guys really like this content, remember to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell because your support helps me to continue this channel, and I reply to all my early birds. So we're gonna be talking first about a 32-year-old Miss Kim who was a teacher, and she told people that she will be moving to America very abruptly on a plane that was booked for February 19th of 2005. We're gonna be talking about a couple of people today, so remember their names. Miss Kim lived a very normal life. Like I said, she was a teacher, but the odd thing was that she told her family, her friends, her coworkers all different things on reasons why she was moving to America. She told the coworkers that she was going to get married with someone she met in church, and that's why she was moving to America. But she told her family, I got a job in America as a teacher, and she mentioned nothing about marriage to her family. Now to her friends, she said, I'm going to live with a relative who is a pastor. So she told everyone many different things, but one common thing was that she was going to move to the US for definitely. Her parents, when they later found out about this, they were shocked because they never heard about marriage, and they were like, what the hell's going on? She was telling everybody a different story. After February 19th of 2005, where she was supposed to take the plane to go to America, she never contacted her family and her friends. Her family just waited and waited, and they just thought that maybe she was settling down in the US, kind of like the other story with the Cinderella killer story we talked about, where they just kind of disappeared and never contacted their friends and family after they were supposed to move. Now till 15 years today, she has never contacted her family and her friends. There's no records of her going to hospitals, no calls. She's never been seen by anyone. Only evidence of her being alive was that her credit card and ATM card was being used. So does that mean she's alive? Now her card use stated that on March 11th to 22nd, after she was supposed to be in the USA, someone kept pulling out $700 every single day, in total taking about $20,000. There was a continued use of her credit card until October 23rd, which in total there was about $30,000 that was taken. And you guys know credit card, how it works. You have to pay the money back to the bank, but that money was never paid back. Also, many of the charges that was on her credit card were big charges, such as $100 at a restaurant, a couple $100s here and there, which indicates that she was probably not alone and that she was spending money with just more than herself. Also, the card use was always around the neighborhood where she worked at, so technically she's somewhere around where she's living and working at. 7 months later, after she was supposed to be in America, all of a sudden the family got a letter from Miss Kim. The letter was basically telling the family that she was completely settled in LA. She found a new job working at a lawyer's office. She also talked in detail about her position in the lawyer's office, that since her work was also related to the UN, and because of that relations, they were very strict about security. This whole letter was basically indicating to the family that she won't be able to call or contact them anymore. Now regarding this letter just seemed very unsettling, and it's really creepy. Now one of the clues was that the letter was typed, meaning there's no handwriting to confirm that it was actually Miss Kim. The letter had also incorrect uses of Korean spaces. She was a professor. There's no way she's going to have grammar and spacing wrong. She also never named the company that she was working for. It seems like she was explaining a lot in the letter, yet no one was able to get much out of it. Another creepy clue is that the letter was sent from Tangjong area, which is another province in Korea. The whole whole letter was just a elongated message basically saying, don't find me, don't look for me, don't contact me, I'm not gonna contact you. After this, the family just got really suspicious and they decided to not wait for her anymore. And in January of 2006, the family finally reported her missing to the police. Unfortunately, this was almost a year after she was supposed to be in America. During this investigation, police also found that there was no records of Miss Kim ever leaving the country. She never took any flights anywhere. Sometime after the letter, Miss Kim's sister got a call from a man that was claiming to work with Miss Kim. He said, your sister bought you a kimchi refrigerator at the nearby electronics store. Please pick it up. The sister asked the man, what is the name of your company and where is my sister? And the man never answered and just hung up. This is so weird. Why would her sister that's all the way in America give a credit card to some random man that's supposed to be in Korea now, but they work together and they just bought a refrigerator? Looking into the missing case of Miss Kim, one of the charges in the card was a lot of gold at a jewelry store. The person who visited this jewelry store with Miss Kim's card was not Miss Kim, but it was a man named Mr. Kang. Mr. Kang was an owner of a duck restaurant in Korea and he was 11 years older than Miss Kim. This jewelry store owners just said that Mr. Kang was just well-spoken, but it was really odd that he was buying a lot of gold with someone else's card. And he said that this card he was using was his fiance's. We later will find out that Mr. Kang and Miss Kim was actually dating each other before they disappeared. When asked by the police why he used Miss Kim's card and even her car, he told the police that because she borrowed a lot of money from him, she gave him the card and the car to use as like a compensation. He also said the last time they met up was before she allegedly moved to the United States. They met up because they were talking about a lot of money, around $90,000 that Miss Kim borrowed from Mr. Kang. Without any physical evidence, unfortunately, the police had to let him go for that day. Now, his statement was actually proven to be not true. On April of 2005, 2 months after Miss Kim's disappearance, he called a cable TV guy to cut off the service in Miss Kim's apartment. Why would Mr. Kang be in charge of Miss Kim's apartment if she left?
정성을 다하겠습니다. 예, 모두 드리겠습니다. 고객님. 예, 들었어요. 네. 그래갖고 더 이상 할 수도 없어갖고 고객 연락하는 핸드폰 번호 있으니까. 지금.
Also, this call that he made to the cable TV was by a payphone. Here in the recording tape, Miss Kim's sister says this is the same voice that called her about the kimchi refrigerator. Police will later also find out that the woman that was in the car while Mr. Kang was shopping for jewelry and gold was a new woman, a lady named Miss Yang, who was Mr. Kang's new girlfriend. This is where the case gets really shocking and confusing, you guys, bear with me. So very weird, but during the time when Mr. Kang was dating Miss Yang, which was during the time that Miss Kim was disappeared, Miss Yang started to tell her friends and family that she was gonna move to China. Kind of a similar story that she was giving, kind of like Miss Kim, the first woman who disappeared. Now, soon after, in September of 2006, just like Miss Kim, Miss Yang disappeared without a trace. She was marked disappeared by the police, and there's absolutely no trace of her leaving the country to China like she told her family and her friends. But the weird thing is, her brother, Miss Yang's older brother, says that she did contact her father for at least 1 to 2 years after she supposedly moved to China. So technically she was staying in contact with her family, but there's no record of her leaving the country. It's really weird why Yang's family would say this, because they probably know that there's no record of her ever leaving the country and the police are looking for her because she's declared missing. I mean, is Yang's family also lying and in on this somehow? And did they really receive a call and still believe that she's alive? The documentary crew tried to get more information from Yang's brother, but unfortunately there was no other further information that was given. Now, this is the real climax and the twisted part about the story. So like we said, Miss Yang has an older brother. In the wedding photo of Miss Yang's older brother, you see a bride. Now, this bride is Miss Kim, the first woman who disappeared. And it was said that this older brother and Mr. Kang are actually very good friends, or just friends in general. So technically, Miss Kang was dating his friend's ex-wife, Miss Kim, at one point. And I believe the information was that Miss Kim and Mr. Kang dated after she divorced Yang's older brother. This also means that Miss Yang and Miss Kim were actually in-laws at one point. So they knew each other because they were in-laws and they were technically the family at one point. Now, the crazy weird scheme does not end here. After Miss Yang went missing and supposedly went to China, 5 months later her apartment lease ended. So the person who requested the deposit back was not Miss Yang or her family. It was Mr. Kang's mother that requested the deposit money of Miss Yang's apartment. Again, super odd. Why would Mr. Kang's mother be involved in this as well? Now, soon after this incident, I believe that the police was looking into Mr. Kang and his family, and that was when Mr. Kang sold all the gold that he bought. He took all the money, and with his whole family, his mother and father, they moved to the Philippines. Rumors say that he set up another restaurant in the Philippines and he has a child with another wife that he met in Philippines. That is a rumor for now, but in 2009, Korean police put an official wanted to the International Interpol, and they put Mr. Kang as a fugitive. There are people that are saying that in the Philippines, it's really hard to catch, especially international criminals. Now, here are the questions that we still have. Maybe Miss Yang doesn't seem to be all that innocent. The first theory is that since Miss Kim disappeared and with the older brother involved, was she an accomplice? Maybe Mr. Kang and Miss Yang did something to Miss Kim together. Maybe that's why she technically had to disappear and was able to still contact the family. And maybe Miss Yang's family is all in on this, trying to protect Miss Yang and saying that, oh, we got a call from her a year or two into it. But then again, if she was an accomplice and she had to do something with Mr. Kang, why didn't she actually disappear and flee to another country? There's no record of her ever leaving the country, and I think it would be even more risky for her to stay in Korea. And also, I believe the older brother wouldn't give any more information. I think that part is really weird as well. Another mysterious question is, why did Miss Kim, if she was really innocent, why did she have to lie to her family, coworker, and friends about why she was moving to the US? As a victim, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe she was heavily manipulated by Mr. Kang while they were dating each other. Maybe Mr. Kang told her to say this. Maybe it was all part of Mr. Kang's plan. This may also lead to the theory that maybe Miss Yang was also manipulated by Mr. Kang to do something about her disappearance, about her maybe being involved with Miss Kim. Another question is Mr. Kang's whole family also in on this? Are they all scam artists? Why would Kang's mother go and pick up the deposit in behalf of Miss Yang? The last question is, do you think Miss Kim and Miss Yang are alive? Did they disappear because they wanted to? Or do you think that something has happened and they are not with us anymore? We really don't know at this point because there's no evidence and no bodies found. Now, another question is, did Yang's older brother have anything to do with this? Is he also an accomplice to this? And because of how everyone is so closely related to each other, maybe there's another one or two scam artists in here that we talked about today where it seems like they are victims, but they're actually not. It just seems like at this point that the whole family of Mr. Kang seems like a psychopath and a scam artist. Anyway, as of right now, Mr. Kang is wanted by the police, and if you guys do, I know a lot of fans live in the Philippines and maybe some parts of Asia. If you guys have seen this man, I mean, maybe put a tip to the police. There's just more questions as you get deeper into this case. I really want to know what you guys have thought about this story. What do you think is really going on here? Tell me your theories down below. I cannot wait to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a magical day.